At the beginning of chapter 15 of the book of Genesis, God told Abram that his descendants would outnumber the stars he could see at night. The next part of that chapter tells us the story of Abram's dream. God told him to bring a 3-year-old heifer, a 3-year-old female goat, a 3-year-old ram, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon to him. God then told Abram to cut them in half and lay them on the different sides of a wadi. Now, a wadi is a dried out creek bed in the Near East. After doing this, Abram had chased away the vultures that wanted to have a feast on the dead bodies. The Bible then says that Abram fell into a deep sleep. It also says that this deep sleep terrified him. When the Bible mentions someone going into a deep sleep, usually some kind of vision, we call it a theophany, occurs. The vision Abram had was first God speaking to him, and then he saw what appeared to be a flaming torch that passed through the animals that were in the wadi. The Lord also told him as the torch passed through the animals that the land that he was sitting on would be given to his descendants. We call that the Promised Land. From the river of Egypt to the river of the Euphrates, the territory of the Mediterranean Sea, to the territory of the Amorites. Before the flaming torch went between the animals, God gave Abram some really good news and some bad news. God said that Abram's descendants would grow to prosper, but he also told them that they would spend some time in slavery in Egypt. As any good father would say to you, it's great to hear that your offspring will be doing beautiful things and they'll be well taken care of. But it's also frightening to hear that your children would have to suffer so that they would become prosperous. Sometimes in our lives, we have to go through the dark before we can find the light. A lot of times we fall into the dark because of inexperience and lack of wisdom that's necessary to avoid complications. Wisdom comes from knowledge and experience. Throughout Israel's history, the nation learned from times of prosperity and from the dark times. By following the way of the Lord as given to us in the Torah, one can gain wisdom to avoid the dark times. Well, God bless you for listening to this Parsha short talk. And as always, I bid you shalom.